So welcome back to another video of midweek terrarium plants. This is the king of isopods, and today I will talk about how to grow sphagnum easily at home. So firstly, what you need is sphagnum. Alternatively, you can start with bare sphagnum, which is that it should contain some spores in the sphagnum that will sprout, and eventually it should grow to green. So this bunch of sphagnum I actually prepared. You will lightly aerate the sphagnum with the tweezer and add some water. And it's that easy. You can actually weight this tub, put it aside on a windowsill or somewhere for a few months so that it will grow. Close the lid, and it will actually grow, and it will start to have some small amount of green bits soon. So put it in somewhere bright, let's say next to an aquarium, or you can put it next to your plants as well. So after a few months, you should get the sphagnum. It should start sprouting a little bit. It should start to have some tiny green bits. It shouldn't be algae, but it may be some protonema or sprouts of sphagnum. It will look like this. This jar has been going on for around 3 months. You can see small amount of sphagnum sprouting. This is one of the major ways where people who want to grow sphagnum at home easily during COVID. However, this method is very slow and inefficient, and it often takes up months. So what we are going to do in this video is that we are actually going to grow it from live sphagnum that I've harvested from my terrarium. So the live sphagnum grow much faster. You just need to put the heads of the sphagnum directly in contact with the dead sphagnum that you buy from plants outside. You just need to spread them evenly, but make sure you have sanitized your tools using isopropyl ethanol or something similar. I usually dip my tools in alcohol and then I will burn it under an open flame. Make sure to do it safely, and make sure to have a fire extinguisher on hand. I just sanitize my tool on the gas stove because it's quick and easy. Make sure that in the sphagnum there are no debris, as it may easily get moldy. It may be also very helpful if you're going to put some springtails. And also make sure you plant the sphagnum very densely, because it will grow in vertical height, and sphagnum rarely grow sideways. And then later, when the sphagnum grown, you can cut off the top and then let the base sprout up again, with the top part used for other builds or making another cup of sphagnum propagation. Sphagnum is extremely useful because firstly, they can retain moisture very well and is super suitable for growing orchids and also carnivorous plants. They are also very nice, and it adds oxygen into the root zone of the plant you're growing, so that your plant, such as those Venus flytraps or something similar, require a long time sitting in still water, would able to receive more oxygen in their roots as the sphagnum photosynthesize and absorb the carbon dioxide, so it will become more aerobic and the roots can grow more better. So anyways, I don't really care about this tub because is just too slow. For the sake of this video, I will just plant it over with more live sphagnum moss because I have nowhere to put the live sphagnum moss anywhere. So as before, we're going to plant it densely. Make sure the moss is spread evenly and also it has good contact with the sphagnum moss on the bottom or whatever substrate you're using. You can actually use perlite or peat moss for this purpose, or you can even use some potting soil, but the best way is to use that sphagnum moss on the bottom. Make sure that you're going to spray the sphagnum moss every now and then. Make sure it don't dry out. For me, because I'm growing it with the lid closed, so I don't really need to monitor it that often. I just need to put it under LED lights that are strong enough and monitor it in case it gets moldy. But this cups is actually very suitable to be grown open air in a grow tent with high humidity. And then you can close the lid again. This cup should fill out in 5 months. Alternatively, you can actually grow sphagnum moss like this. Grow the sphagnum moss without substrate. The sphagnum moss itself can be substrate. And you can also very easily root cuttings in moist sphagnum moss using the wet stick method or something similar. So you just spray it with water, make sure it's not saturated. If the sphagnum moss goes soggy, it might easily die or grow slower. So make sure it's not soggy. This is the end of the video. Thank you for watching and please subscribe and like the video in order to support my channel.